Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the Redstone Report, episode 1, brought to you by the Gigaplay SMP. My name is Sizi24.
I'm Jackknife5452.
And I'm Sanspeur3021.
And we are your hosts for today's podcast. Firstly, I want to cover the April Fool's Day snapshot, which is a cool new addition to the game, which Mojang has been doing for quite a number of years. So basically, it's a joke update that Mojang releases basically every April Fool's Day, and this one consists of voting new features into your world. And there's some pretty crazy ones. I'll let the other hosts talk about what they like and what they don't like about this.
Yeah, I don't really understand the whole wheels on the cart thing that you can make. If it still needs a track and it just keeps you the same speed, I don't understand it. I think that Mojang should make that adding the wheels on the carts should make your cart faster or, easier to move around on. They could add a lot of different things, but I really do like the way that they've added that you can go to the moon now by going high up in the sky.
Yeah, that's seriously cool. That is seriously cool.
Yeah, well,
and also, if you don't mind me saying, a lot of YouTubers have actually really wanted the ability to make minecarts go really fast with a certain mean, and this could be Mojang hinting that we could see this. Like, they've definitely hinted about it before.
Yeah.
But by not adding it, it's like sort of not what we really wanted, is it?
Yeah, no. They could make it a lot better. But with the moon thing, I think they've done that a really good way. And did you know that you can even take the cheese off of the moon and make it into half blocks?
That's kind of funny.
Really cool, yeah.
Moon cheese. What do you think, Sanspeur?
Yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. What I really like is the small and big potions and transformation thing that they've all joking about. I thought that was quite cool because it would be quite I'd have a lot of fun personally going around and making people appear as like a rabbit, or like making myself appear as a warden and scaring people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. And I also like they've actually added potions to make you grow big or small.
Yeah.
And for some reason, like, I've seen also people's heads bigger than their bodies. It's like so many different things you can vote in.
It'd be a fun idea.
Does anyone have a final critique? Like a final critique for this update? Because I know that past April Fool's Day updates, like the 2021, that was pretty cool. That was the one that added infinite dimensions to Minecraft. That was a real game changer because it actually showed what Mojang was capable of.
Yeah.
This one, it gets up there, but I don't think it's as good as the 2020 April Fool's update.
Yeah, I think this April Fool's update is pretty darn good. I think they've done a very good job with it.
Yeah. What do you think, Sanspeur, about this one?
Yeah, I like it. I thought it was quite interesting and inventive.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. The voting system is cool because you can actually invite players into your worlds to actually see what you've voted into the game. So I think every few seconds, I think there's a time period that will separate the different votes, but it'll just randomize different things that you can add to your world, and you can invite your friends into your world to actually see how the world's been changed by it. So I think it's really cool.
Did you see on the new April Fool's update that they've made it so that you can make air?
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Isn't it like 4 glass bottles together?
In the bottom right corner. If you add 4 glass bottles, you can make air block, which I find I don't really understand if it will block you from getting through in like an invisible barrier, or if it's just there for no reason.
Yeah, I think it's just Mojang having fun with a joke. Like, also, like, if you combine a few pieces of string together in your inventory, you can make longer string. Like, there's no real point in it. It's just April Fools, you know?
Yeah, I find that it's pretty interesting. I really want to get into doing this to see what they've actually changed.
Yeah, I can't wait for what they do next year as well.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. So, have you guys heard with the new update with the 1.20 update? There's a
Yeah,
new armor trim out. It's called Silence.
yeah,
Yeah, it's super cool looking, and did you know it's only a 1% chance of you actually finding it?
yeah, and that's in each ancient city chest as well.
Yeah. So, imagine being able to actually find this in that ancient city.
And yeah,
It would
you
just,
have to find four of them to actually get like four
yeah,
different pieces of armor because you can't make templates again. I think there is some way you can, but to be able to get this, it sort of looks like the Warden.
yeah,
It's like they've kind of taken a bit of it and just plastered it onto like a, or just kind of like uh, put it into like the armor so it doesn't sense you or anything.
Yeah, imagine the different like implications, like the different color choices that you have, and all the different armor colors and everything too. And that's not the only armor trim. There's heaps of other ones that appear in different structures, in different chests on those structures, and they have lots of different designs. They're really really cool.
yeah. I find it very cool how they've been able to design it so that you can get different armors instead of it being the old boring leather and iron and like just all of them. You can actually design your own so that you're not looking like your friends.
Yeah, especially chainmail armor. Like who in their right mind actually uses chainmail armor. Like it's one of the worst things. You look really bad at it, and it doesn't do that much protection. I don't know why you'd use it, and I don't think there's a clear cut crafting recipe anymore. So yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, we have got a new biome, and Sanspeur is going to tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so that is called the cherry blossom biome. Now, this biome is pretty cool because it has some flowers that grows in it. These flowers are peonies, daffodils, and lilacs. Now, this biome also has its own set of wood that's color pink, obviously, and it can be made into all of the different wood arrangements that you would ever use. And you can make them into the pink colored signs and the new hanging signs, also in its own signature color.
that's a really good thing that they've added into the update because of how you can walk into that and be surrounded by those all different colors and the different woods that you can make into all these other colors. Like for all the young kids that are playing Minecraft, that they love the color pink and stuff. There hasn't been any colors like that in Minecraft so far.
Yeah, I'm glad they added more colors of wood. And the cool thing is, when you walk into a cherry blossom biome, you actually see particles falling off the trees, and these actually make new little flower groups onto the ground. They're sort of flat flowers, and they can have four different stages. They can have a quarter of a block with like a pink flower, half, three quarters, and then the full block covered with flowers. So it's just crazy how they've been able to pull this off. We didn't expect many more features because Mojang really only announced a few features like camels and other things at the actual announcement date. But seeing this is pretty cool. Also, if you haven't heard, you can now edit signs. You can now right click or on whatever platform you play, you can press a specific button and you can open the sign back up and you can edit both sides. And yes, signs now.
After placing it.
Yeah, yeah. And you
Oh
can
wow,
actually edit both sides, so you can make a two-sided sign now, and that applies to the new hanging signs as well.
that's really cool.
I personally think that'll be a game changer. In some upcoming videos that I will make on my channel and everything, because when we're playing together, having to break signs and rename them and everything just is not practical at all.
Yeah,
I don't
Especially
think.
if you're playing on like an Xbox or something where you have to like go with the joystick and actually click every button and move it all around.
Oh, yeah, it's a nightmare.
I think that Mojang has done a really good job with all the updates that they've put in so far. I can't wait to see the future
Yeah,
updates to see what they think of.
yeah, and I can't wait for this to be released as well.
Yeah,
also, on the note of being able to edit signs, you can now edit your entire world on Bedrock Edition using the new Bedrock Edition editor, and it's kind of crazy, to be honest, because they've added sort of like a 3D modeling, but it's in the form of Minecraft blocks. It's a bit like Blender. If anyone's used Blender who's listening, it's kind of the ability to make maps by just using simple gestures on your screen, by using different commands. And I've seen demonstrations of it being used. They can make rows of diamond blocks and create like shapes using the diamond blocks. Like, it's very helpful for map making on a server when you're trying to make some parkour map or some special minigame map. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that that's a really cool idea that they've added in.
Yeah,
And it makes it so much easier to design parkour courses, because I know that a lot of YouTubers and players love to do parkour courses. I know that I do personally, because it like trains your ability to be able to do different types of jumps.
yeah,
It's just, I love that the way that they've done that.
yeah. And also, it's like it's finally adding some ability to edit stuff on Bedrock Edition. Like, we've seen Java. Like, Java, you can do so much
Yeah,
in terms of world editing and stuff, but they've finally added a built-in system that you can do. I think it's PC only, but you can still do this pretty easily. And I reckon that's a really cool feature that they've added.
Yeah, they've finally given Bedrock something that they can use.
That's
Yeah,
kind of true.
It is
yeah.
a good idea. I do like that. Yeah.
yeah, I really enjoy being able to see the different things that they've added in so far. That Bedrock editor thing that they've added in, I think
Mm,
I really agree with the decision that they've made to add that in.
yeah. Anyway, I think Jackknife, you've got a new announcement for the new
Yeah,
plants.
so there is a new plant. It's called the pitcher pod plant. The new pitcher pod plant is a plant that a sniffer, which is a new animal that's getting added into Minecraft, that will dig it up, and after it's dug up, you can actually pick the plant up and harvest. Once you've planted it, harvest the pitcher pod flowers. This adds to the existing torch flowers plants that the sniffer digs up.
Yeah. Like, for me, I reckon, like, the new plants that they've been adding are, like, definitely very out there. They're very different from the existing plants in Minecraft. If you've seen photos of them, viewers and us hosts, they're pretty alien looking. They look like they've been added in a mod.
Yeah,
But we did get rumors of this because a Twitter user named Roger Badgerman, who no longer explains rumors, actually leaked a few of these plants with a picture. No one knows who he was, but he correctly was able to display the new plants before they were added. So, and there's actually another one which is like a vine sort of looking thing that hasn't actually been added yet. So that'll be cool to see.
yeah. This new sniffer, mate, it looks quite odd, especially when it's like laying down and sleeping,
Yeah,
because it's got 6 legs, and as it lays down to sleep, they just stick out, and it's very. I can't wait for this new update to see them and see
yeah.
what you can do with them.
It's kind of cool because at the moment, if you try and use like a Bedrock Edition world that has experimental, they won't do anything. The sniffers can walk around, but they won't pick up plants at all. And yeah, it'll be great to see what
Yeah.
they can actually do fully. And also, the animation of them sniffing, like, it's so cool. It looks so cool. Like, their nose like perks up, and it's like
Wow.
you can actually tell that they're on their way to find you a new plant. What do you think about this, Sanspeur?
I actually really like the design of them. Like, it looks like they've done like a turtle cross with like a bug with like the 6 legs, and they've made it like really hairy. Like, it's so cool. I love the design.
It almost feels like it's made up of plants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost looks like that,
Yeah, it does.
but it's
The top of its back has like green, and it looks like kind of moss
It's like a bush.
Yeah.
sweeping over its
It's got
back.
like a bush thing on it.
Yeah,
yeah. I reckon that that's a nice touch.
yeah,
To like, the mob was natural, and it's like it's a prehistoric mob as well. Like it's only able to be found in the new suspicious sand or suspicious gravel and stuff.
Yeah, it kind of makes it seem like it's like really old and like a antique. Just symbolize it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, has anyone noticed? If you look it up, look at what the sniffer egg looks like. It looks so odd. It looks like it doesn't fit into Minecraft, to be honest. Like it's really interesting looking. It's quite a big egg.
It's like a small coral block.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's like it doesn't have the design of coral. It's like it's clearly green and red, but it's like has little circles on it. It's really interesting. It's really interesting design. Doesn't fully
Yeah.
fit Minecraft in my opinion.
Yeah, it's cool to see.
It doesn't seem to take the form of like an egg, like a turtle egg
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Anyway, there are some other things that are coming as well. Sanspeur, do you have any info about that?
Camels are a new thing that are coming. You probably already heard a lot about them, but I'm going to talk about them anyways. So these big giant beasts, they like to spawn in deserts and desert villages. Now, in order to get babies, you require a cactus for each camel, and then they'll have the ability to breed. They enjoy.
They enjoy chilling by themselves in like one desert village because you can't find
Mm.
multiple, so you have to like bring them together, which is quite interesting. So it's not easy to breed them.
No.
Yeah. Did you hear that they've got a sprint that they can go over crevices?
Yeah,
That's pretty interesting. I love that they've added that as well.
Yeah, and they're also like tall enough that the basic melee mobs like zombies and husks, well, they're kind of the same thing, but they can't like they can't hit you at all because the camel's too tall.
yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. That's really helpful, and it's also when you put a saddle on it, two people can ride it, which is actually really cool because
Yeah.
I've never really thought about using that. But now that I think about it, it would be actually kind of cool
Yeah.
because instead of having to transport manually, you can just go together on the camel, and it's not really the fastest way of traveling. You could travel faster. It's just probably about making memories. There's also a trail ruin that's been added.
I don't really know much about that.
It spawns in jungles. It's on the dock here. It spawns in jungles and contains lots of colored terracotta inside and like a bunch of random blocks like bricks. It contains colored terracotta, the glazed terracotta, and just some random stuff. It's a very interesting looking structure, and it's submerged underground, and it pops out a little bit. But basically, it consists of a few pieces of suspicious sand and suspicious gravel, which, as you probably know, can be used with a archaeology brush um, to so you can get items out of it. So you can get lots of different things. Each structure that has these blocks contains a different loot table of what you can get, but you can mostly get pottery shards and also some nice little things such as emeralds and diamonds and a bunch of other stuff that you might not want fully.
Yes.
There is a specific thing that's pretty crazy that Mojang's hinted. I'm not sure if we're going to be getting it anytime soon, but Mojang hinted on YouTube and on Twitter that they may be adding a new boss. Before I dive into what they actually did, what do you guys think from the get-go about this?
I find that crazy. Like, was it a year ago or two that they just added the warden? I think a year, and now they're adding a new boss. So I think that that would add a whole new level to Minecraft. That would just be cool as that you can fight another boss.
Sanspeur, what do you think about the possible addition of a new boss in Minecraft?
I think it'd honestly be really cool to have like another boss because after like a certain period of time, people are like, oh yes, I've killed that boss, I've done that boss. Yes, it's yeah. By adding more bosses in, it gives people more like variety of things to, I guess, do. And they all come with their unique sort of loot drops. Well, most of them. But yeah, it would be I think it'd be really cool to have that.
I reckon so too. So the way they did this is on YouTube. I think Mojang made a YouTube Shorts video because they have this current trend of doing different questions and then the developers answering the questions. And one of the questions that they added to this particular video was, is there going to be a new boss added to Minecraft? And it just showed a villager making noises and nodding his head, which is, it's a pretty
Wow.
it's a pretty obvious hint what they're doing.
Yeah, but then again, it could be them trying to make it obvious, but them not actually doing it, which
Yeah,
would just ruin
they
the
could be
whole
building
thing.
hype. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
only problem. If they're building hype, well, that's a bit annoying.
yeah.
And also on Twitter, they've actually done something too. They actually posted a picture of Alex looking out over the ocean, and it said there's something out there.
Over the ocean.
So yeah,
Oh,
so it could be an aquatic mob, which we've never seen in boss form before, which is kind of cool.
Please let there be an aquatic boss. We need something else in the ocean.
Yeah, like Elder Guardians, they're just annoying. They don't give you like really that much at all, and they just give you sponges, which are decently helpful. But once you use them, like that's cool. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next section of our podcast, which is what we're going to stay with as a theme for every episode. It's called the trivia section. So, this is going to consist of 5 or more questions about Minecraft, ranging from easy ones to hard ones. And these have been written by our researcher, Possible Tube 6. So, I want to thank him for making these questions for us. It's going to start off pretty easy, and we'll uncover the answers in the next one, in the next episode of the Redstone Report. So the first question is, what is the official name of the Minecraft version 1.20? What do you guys think? It's pretty easy for me. I reckon it's the Trails and Tales update. That's my guess. And everyone on Spotify, you can also participate in these questions. What do your hosts think about this one?
yeah. I think that you are almost spot on. I feel like I've heard it somewhere, but then again, we could be wrong. It could be named something completely different, but I'm almost certain that it is called.
Trails and Tales.
Yeah, that's the
So
one.
you're going to go with that answer too?
Yep.
Sanspeur, what answer are you going with?
Well, I've seen like a lot of different names for this update, and I mean, I think that's the one I've heard the most.
Yeah.
There has been a few others, but
I think
that's probably
we've all gone with that one.
yeah. I mean, I've definitely seen that one the most. So I'd say if I had to choose one, it would probably be that one. Oh, like unless they're kind of like drawing us away from what they're actually going to do it, but yeah. Otherwise, I think that's that.
It was hinted a bit, and I have seen a release video, and that was from memory recall. I think it was those 2 words. I think it was in that order, Trails and Tales. Could be the other way around. I think us 3 have both gone with that answer for the question. On to question 2. Sanspeur, why don't you announce this one?
Yeah. So what is the new tree called? That's
Well, that's a decently easy one.
that's the cherry blossom tree.
That's the
which
cherry
we've already
blossom tree.
covered.
We just uncovered
Yeah.
that in the podcast. I think we all gone for that. We'll uncover the answers in the next
Yep.
podcast.
Yep.
Third question, jackknife. What is it?
What is the crafting recipe for the new calibrate skull sensor?
The new calibrated skull sensor. I've seen like a mumbo jumbo video about this, and I'm pretty sure I can remember it. So I'm going to go with skulk sensor in the middle of the crafting table, and then 3 amethysts, one on the left, one on the top, one on the right. 3 amethyst shards. I think that's the calibrated skulk sensor crafting recipe.
I actually
I could
have
be wrong.
no idea. I think you might be right.
Same. I have absolutely no idea.
I think I have seen it somewhere.
Yeah. All right.
But I'm not going to say I know fully because I
Yeah.
wouldn't have any idea.
Okay. Next one. How many different types of armor sets can be worn by a player in 1.19? So this is not 1.20. This is not with the new armor trims. This is 1.19. So there's leather.
There's chain, iron. So leather, chain, iron, gold, diamond,
chain,
and then netherite.
netherite.
So
That must be 6. I reckon that's 6.
Is it?
Yeah.
6. I think we're all going to go with 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's 6.
I reckon those few questions are not too difficult. There's a few things that caught us off guard. Last question.
But
Jackknife.
actually, with that question, I've just realised that are we including the turtle helmet thing?
Oh,
Is that classified
that's a
as
good
armor?
point. Yeah, that could be classified as armor, but it says armor set, so it's not a full set of armor. That's what the question states. So I reckon we'll stick with 6 because the turtle helmet is a piece of armor, but it's not fully. In Java's game files, there is a full code and texture for a full set of turtle armor, but it's not added yet. So yeah, I think there's 6.
Yeah.
So we'll stick with that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with 6
I'm
or
gonna go
7.
with 6.
I'm gonna go with 6.
If we're including that turtle.
All right, last question, Jackknife. Do you want to announce this one?
Yep. So the question is, how many different types of flowers are there in Minecraft? Now this is a hard one.
This is where my random knowledge comes in.
Okay, A is 20, B is 18. I don't actually think. No, there's no C. So we've got 2 options, 20 and 18.
Okay, so this is out of 3 answers.
Oh, and then we've got 17 and D 19.
Oh, here we go.
We've just got the researcher adding some options here. Oh, man. I know there's dandelions, sunflowers,
Alright.
lilacs, peonies. I'm going to take a wild guess, to be honest.
I think there would be
Alright, good idea.
I'm gonna go with 17.
I'm going to go
yeah.
with 18.
17
one?
or 18.
Yeah, alright.
I think 18.
Okay, I reckon that will wrap us up for today. That certainly was some hard trivia, and that was some good talk about the different features of the 1.20 update. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
You've had our hosts. You've had us, Sizi24, Jackknife5452, and Sanspeur3021. Make sure to check out next episode, which will come out in a few weeks, which will be us displaying the answers for these questions while talking about some more Minecraft. Special thanks to PossibleTube6 for writing the trivia and helping us research. And we will see you in the next podcast episode. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Hey guys, Sizi24 here. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Redstone Report, which is a part of the Gigaplay SMP. Special thanks to our researcher PossibleTube6, who wrote some of the questions in the trivia and helped us research the concepts. Make sure to check out our podcast page to never miss a new episode. The intro and outro music was made by me, Sizi24. Once again, thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next podcast.